Hello, my name is Kevin Langel. I'm with the Center for Telehealth and Cyber Medicine Research at UNM. We're doing a training today from the second floor conference room at the Carey Tingley Hospital. This is a training to familiarize the users of this equipment in this room for the use of the Polycom. We're going to go over a couple different aspects today, what equipment's involved with the Polycom system, how to place and receive calls, how to adjust the camera, some remote control functions, far end camera control. So to begin, let me show you a couple aspects of the Polycom. We'll start off with the Polycom box itself. All that's on this box is a little power button on the front that you have to worry about. If the button has a yellow indicator light on, that means the system is already on and functional. To wake the system up, all you need to do is pick up the remote and the system will initialize. If there is no light, then that means the system is turned off and you'll have to hold the power button on, and then the system will come up and go through its startup process. The other aspects of the unit will involve the microphone that is attached to a long cord so it can be placed in multiple areas of the room. The camera that has movement from left to right and up and down as well, with a zoom feature built in, and a TV monitor. As you can see, I'm going to shake the remote and it's going to wake up the Polycom system. The screen that you'll see will be the place call screen. Gives you some options here to go to the directory, to recent calls, and it'll also activate the camera. So, fairly simple operation. We're going to start off by placing a call. So on the remote I'll select the center key, which is a select key. This will bring up an area where I can enter in an IP address to call. In this instance, I have the IP address to do a point-to-point call with the Columbia room at the Center for Telehealth and Cyber Medicine Research. Once you have the IP address entered in that you'd like to call, you'll press the green call button on the remote. And this will initialize the call. All the calls are encrypted and secure. And now we see the Center for Telehealth conference room on the other end of the call. Some options we're going to go over while we're attached to another system is the far end camera control. On the remote, if you press the far button at the top of the circle, that will allow you to navigate the camera on the far end of the call. You have the same options. You have left and right. You can move the camera up and down, along with the zoom feature. After each moment, if you give the camera just a second, it will autofocus. We'll zoom in on the map here in the back of the room. Then we can zoom back out to a full room view. While you're connected to a call, some features on the microphone that you'll need to be made aware of is if you push the center button on the microphone and it turns red, that will mute the audio from your end being transmitted to the far end. When you press the center button again, the microphone will turn green and they will be able to hear you on the far end once again. To terminate the call, you'll press the red phone button on the remote, and this will end the call. And at this point, you can just leave the system as it is. It's best practice to leave the system on at all times. That way it is visible to other people that might be trying to call the system, or also available for service from one of the techs at Center for Telehealth if they need to access the machine when someone's not in the room. Alright, we're going to demonstrate a call coming into the unit now. For security reasons in the room, the machine is set to not auto answer the call. When a call comes in and you're in the room, you'll actually have to accept the incoming call. This will stop someone from accidentally calling this machine during a meeting in this room, or just it assures privacy throughout the entire meeting. So we'll go ahead and wait for the incoming call to come in. So you'll hear the ringing sound. You'll get this on the screen. You'll have an incoming call from an IP address. Would you like to answer it? So you select yes to answer the call. Then that will start the call, and we have a very dark Adrian on the other end. I went ahead and muted this microphone on this end because we're in the same room and it was going to create quite a bit of reverb back and forth. But this is a very simple procedure as well. This shows someone calling into the room and how you answer the call. It's a one button operation to answer the call. And this call can be terminated on either end. You can either hit the red button on the remote control to end the call, or Adrian can end it on his end as well. So I'm going to go ahead and, he beat me to it and ended it. And it'll give you a message that the far site has disconnected and the call has been cleared, and that will return you to the place a call screen. Okay, we're going to talk about the near-end camera control, or controlling the camera in the room that you're in with the system. On the remote, you'll notice on the bottom side of the circular keypad is a near button. This means you're selecting the camera on the near side of the call. Once you press this button, you'll then be able to manipulate your camera. You can move it left and right, up or down, along with zooming in and out with the camera. This will allow you to place the camera for best placement in the room, so everybody can be seen in the conference room, or if you need to zoom in on a specific item in the conference room, this will give you full control over the camera. When you're done with your conference call, to leave the equipment, like I said, go ahead and leave the equipment on at all times. You'll take the microphone off of the center conference room table, wrap up the cord and set it next to the machine. You can leave the TV monitor on as well, and that way it's ready for the next person to come in and use the system, and they won't have to wait for the system to reboot and turn itself back on if it's just left on and ready to go. Okay, we're going to do a close-up shot of the Polycom so we can demonstrate the different colors that the power button will display. Down here in the bottom of the cabinet in this conference room is where this Polycom is located. And like I mentioned, you have the power button here on the front. As you can see that it's got this yellow light under it. That means the machine is on, it's just asleep. Couple ways you can activate it is you can go ahead and press the power button, but usually this cabinet's closed and you don't see the Polycom. So the easiest thing to do is you pick up the remote, and that will activate the Polycom that someone's trying to use it. You can see the light will start to flash. And then turn blue, which means the system is back up and ready to place a call. And like I mentioned before, if someone has turned it all the way off, you'll see that there's no light, no indication of power on the machine. So if you come upon the machine in this state, what you'll have to do is hold this power button down or click it. The light will turn blue. The light will turn blue, and the Polycom will go through its initial boot process, which takes anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes, and then the Polycom will be ready for use.